Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Florida Physique Report. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2015, and we are now in the month of April, our second month of the 2015 season for MPC Florida Bodybuilding. On today's show, we're going to be talking with Mike Mattassa. He was in Daytona Beach, Florida last weekend on March 28th to check out the IFBB Pro Bikini and Men's Physique Battle on the Beach and the MPC Southern USA, so he's going to have a report for that for us for the Florida Physique Report. Before we get to Mike though, I want to mention what's coming up in the month of April. We've got 8 shows coming up in the next 4 weeks in the month of April. That's how busy Florida bodybuilding is, man. This is one of the biggest states of the whole country for bodybuilding. Okay, on April 4th, which is this Saturday, we've got the NPC Southeast Classic, which is going to take place in Hollywood, Florida. That is open to all athletes in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. And the promoter is Maggie Cabernero. And Mike Sansevero from North American Bodies is going to be taking some photos for us. So we will have the photos of that show up on FloridaPhysique.com next week. Also this weekend is the Jax Physique taking place in Jacksonville, Florida at the UNV Lazara Theater at the University of North Florida. That is promoted by Mr. Olympia himself, Dexter Jackson. And this is one of 2 shows that Dexter does. The other one, of course, is the Dexter Jackson Classic, which takes place later in the year in August. And this contest is open to all MPC Central Florida District athletes. So we will have Mike Mattassa will be again there. He's going to be covering that show for us. So we'll be talking to Mike next week about the Jax Physique. Next weekend, they've got the Panhandle Showdown Championships in Pensacola, Florida. IFBB Pro Bikini Jennifer Lockhart is going to be covering the show for FloridaPhysique.com. She's going to be out there for us. Jennifer has a training video up on FloridaPhysique.com right now. If you'll check it out in our training videos section, we got a training video with Jennifer as she's training her back, and she is going to be doing the Pro Miami show in only a couple weeks. So her and her coach Dan Esslinger from D4 Muscle and Fitness, they were here at the Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa a few weeks ago, and we got a really good back training workout with her. So check her out, and thank you to Jennifer for covering that show for us, the Panhandle Showdown, next weekend. Also next weekend is the Orlando Metro and Florida High School, which will be taking place in Winter Springs, Florida. And I will be at that show. I will be covering that show. So I will be there. That's promoted, of course, by Sean Maloney. It's a pretty big show. I was there last year. All right, the following week on April 18th, we've got a big show out in Miami. It's called the Miami Muscle Beach. It's a Pro-Am show, IFBB and MPC. It's going to be promoted by Giovanni Paula. And that's going to be a big show. I know a lot of people are going in that. The MPC show is a national qualifier, so that's going to be a big show. We're going to have that covered for sure. And then also that same weekend will be the Galaxy Championships, which will be taking place in St. Augustine, Florida, promoted by Gene Schlossberg, who also does the All-South contest with Pete Fancher in the fall. All right, and then the following weekend, which will be the last weekend in April, the Diamond Classic. That is going to take place in Boca Raton, Florida. That's also a national qualifier, and that's going to be promoted by Andreas Miller. And I believe our Southern correspondent, Tony Candelas, should be at that show. He, of course, is getting ready to compete in his first pro show, which is the Miami Muscle. So I think after the Miami Muscle's over with, Tony will be back to covering the show for us, and that'll be the Diamond Classic, which takes place April 25th. And then also that same weekend, the Gateway Classic and the Lake City, which takes place in Lake City, Florida. That is promoted by Tony Curtis. That'll be taking place the same day. So, as you can see, Florida is a huge state for bodybuilding. We got 2 shows going on every weekend for the next 4 weeks. All right, so that is it for the intro for the Florida Physique Report. Stay tuned in the month of April. We're going to have a lot of contest reporting coming up. So if you want to check out what's going on in Florida bodybuilding, check out the Florida Physique Report every week. All right, we're going to hear from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to be joined by Mike Mattassa, and he is going to give us a review of the IFBB Pro Bikini and Men's Physique Battle on the Beach and the MPC Southern USA, which was promoted by Shannon Day last weekend on March 28th. We'll be right back with the Florida Physique Report. All right, welcome back to the Florida Physique Report, and I'm very happy to have Mike Mattassa join us today. Mike was our correspondent for FloridaPhysique.com. He was checking out the Battle on the Beach, which was the pro IFBB women's bikini and men's physique, and he was also there to check out the MPC Southern USA, which was held in Daytona Beach over the weekend on March 28th. How you doing, Mike?
Doing awesome. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for you and Bernadette to go out there and cover the show for us. We really appreciate it, and I understand you guys got some good interviews for us with the winners, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, we had a great time. Shannon and Jen were really hospitable with us, and it was great to see everybody. Peter Potter came up. He was the head judge.
Yeah.
The NPC show, and so it was really good. It was a really good time. They did a really great job.
Awesome. All right, well, let's talk about the results. We'll go with the pros first. In the bikini division, the pro bikini division, Naomi Ola took first place, and she was followed by Shandy Ortiz in second and Catherine Radulik in third. So I think we got 3 Florida girls there, right? Right, Mike?
Yeah, pretty much. Naomi came from Hungary, and now she's in Florida. But I believe it was pretty close. I don't think it was a hands down. I didn't see the scorecards personally, but I believe that really any one of those top 3 could have won.
Okay.
They all look really good, but Naomi came up on top, and she's got the qualification for the Olympia now.
Great. Yeah, Naomi trains at my gym at Powerhouse in Tampa, so I always think she looks good. I was hoping for her to get a top 5 at the Arnold, but she did, and I know she was disappointed, so she stayed on her diet, and now she came across with the win, so I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, it's probably the best I've seen her look.
Really? Wow, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was probably the best on her game. She's really tightened everything up, and she looked really good. I remember Shandy from being an NPC competitor at the Battle on the Beach. It was last year, maybe 2 years ago. So she's come a long way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her highest placing, right? Sandy Ortiz taking second place in a pro show.
I believe so. I believe so.
Okay. And Catherine Radulik, she's also a Florida girl too, right?
I believe so, and she looked really good too. All 3 of them, they really had some really tight packages. I'll tell you what, that's probably the best bikini class I've seen personally.
Really?
They were all in shape. No one had any loose glutes or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody lean and tight. It was pretty nice to see.
Okay. And then we go over to the pro men's physique, and Mike, you're a men's physique competitor yourself, so I'm sure you got some good insight on this. Anton Antipov, who I seen last year when he competed in Fort Lauderdale. I think this guy's got a great physique. He came out in first place.
He seems to be heads above everybody else right now.
Yeah.
He's got great stage presence and everything. He lights up on stage. His physique always seems to be on. He was razor sharp. I think really the battle was for second and third. Matt Action, who we know usually does really well. Matt, to me, was a little off his game, and I believe Ferguson came in third. And I think it may have been a toss-up between Ferguson and Action actually for second and third place. Travalis Blunt out of Orlando, he was there. He looked good. I think he was a little off his game. I think he's really preparing for the Miami show. I think he kind of just jumped in this to really accelerate his training. I'm not sure, but he looked good. His stage presence is always good, but he could have been sharper. When you're going up against Antoine and Matt, you have to be at your best.
Right.
So, for a small show, there's only I think 7 guys in the class. Same thing with the bikini. There was some great quality there, I'll tell you.
Okay, great. Well, let's go over to the NPC Southern USA. This was, I believe, a national qualifier, right, Mike?
Yes, it is. It's a national qualifier.
Okay.
That's correct.
Let's start off with the women's physique. Kelly Diffendorfer, who's part of Team Freak Physique, her and her husband Eric run that, and they train a lot of people. We did a training video with Kelly last year, so she returned back to the stage, and unfortunately she was the only competitor, but from the pictures I saw that you took, she looked excellent, huh?
Yeah, Kelly's on top of her game. She's getting ready, I think, for the Junior USAs.
Yeah.
Where I think she's definitely going to do some damage. She's put on some quality muscle mass. Her symmetry is better than it's been. Of course, she could have been a little tighter, but she's still out several weeks yet from her big show.
Yeah.
But even for somebody there, they had to be really good to beat Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly's posing was really good. She's really brought up her game all the way around. Stage presentation, everything was great. Just her overall look was really nice. I can't wait to see what she does in several weeks at the Junior USA's. I think she's going to be really close to getting that elusive pro card.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't see a video of her routine, but I saw pictures of her on Facebook, and it looked like she had a really cool routine. She was doing a lot of splits and laying down and a lot of really different poses.
Yeah, she's really pushed it to the limit, and and she went through her quarter turns, of course, by herself, but she really nailed those poses as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now, in the men's bodybuilding, unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of competitors. In the novice men's bodybuilding, Brennan Atkins won first place, but he was the only competitor, right?
Yeah, he was the only competitor. But let me tell you what, he scared them all away because this kid looked phenomenal, man. I tell you what, he's probably got one of the best bodybuilding physiques I've seen come around Florida in several years.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's the total package, man. I think a couple more years, that kid's going to be going to big shows and doing some damage.
Okay.
He looked really good.
Wow. Now, he was the novice competitor. Has he ever competed before, Mike? Do you know?
He competed a couple times where he just didn't do what he was supposed to do, he said, and he came ready for this one.
Wow, that's great.
I think he may be using this as a stepping stone up to the Junior USA's where I think you can see, depending on who shows up there and what class he comes in, if he comes in, 212, whatever his weight's going to be, 220, whatever it might be, he could do some damage. I mean, he's got great flow. He's got every piece that you need. A little more detail and stuff, and a little more perfection on his posing, sitting down a little bit more in the side shots.
Yeah.
His hamstrings a little bit more. He's got everything there, and of course his glutes aren't as tight, aren't really there right now. But you got several weeks to get that in. But hamstrings were there. He was really full, good muscle bellies, great symmetry. I like his physique a lot.
Wow. Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah. Eric, I tell you what, Eric Diffender gave him a run for his money. Eric, being an older guy and stuff, did really well.
Yeah.
He real conditioned and stuff. I just think he was a little out-muscled by this kid.
Going into the open bodybuilding then, again, not too many competitors. We only had really two classes, middleweight and heavyweight. Middleweight winner was the only guy in the class. His name was Sherrod Gilliard. How did he look?
Yeah, Sherrod had a nice little physique, nice little package, good definition. He was just muscled by Brendan.
Class, Brendan Atkins took first place again, and he beat out Eric Diffender for the other half of Team Freak Physique.
Yeah, as I said, Eric looked really good. Eric's conditioning was really good. This kid just has those muscle bellies that we had, He's just a little genetic freak. He's going to go places, I think, if he stays on track, doesn't get too crazy, getting too big, and he maintains his symmetry. Eric just, went up against a really great competitor who was a lot younger than him. But, Eric did really well. I was proud of Eric.
Okay. All right, so we go over to the figure division then, the Masters figure. Let's see, first place in the Masters figure over 40 was Nida Moyet. What can you tell me about her, Mike?
Yes. Great physique. Great balance. Shape was nice. Conditioning was right on. There's not much you can ask for more than that. She looked really good. Great poise on stage. She really outclassed all the girls in that division.
Okay. And then she won the overall in the Masters figure. And then going into the open figure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, we did an interview with her. So you'll have that on the website.
Oh, great.
Interview afterward with her.
Okay.
Great personality. She looked really.
Okay, great. Then we go into the open figure. And in figure A, Roxanne Pagliaroli was the only competitor in that class, and then in the class B, Lauren Viola won that class, and then Lauren won the overall. How did Lauren look?
Amazing, absolutely incredible, great physique. I mean, the limit. There wasn't that many competitors competitors at the show, but the ones who were there and the ones who won the classes and the overalls were just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great muscle bellies, great symmetry, almost too big for a figure.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
She was a little bit harder. Should be going up against DLB.
All right, so then we go to the men's physique, your division, Mike, and then in the masters class, it looks like Ryan King took first place in the masters, unanimous decision. How did Ryan look?
Ryan looked good. I don't think he's really taken any time off. I think he competed last year and he took maybe a week or two, maybe a month, but he's right back on the diet. Ryan looked good. I'd like to see a little more detail out of Ryan to bring his waist a little further down to have a little better symmetry.
Mm-hmm.
But Ryan, you know, he was probably unanimous winner against the other two competitors. Rick came in second, I believe. Rick's been at it now since last year, and he's improved every show he's doing. I think he has a few more shows he's going to do this spring. He made some improvements. Once again, I like to see some more detail. Their conditioning wasn't where I think it should have been, but they're working on it. They really look good. Their presentation was a lot better than I've seen before. So they've been doing really well in their presentation.
Okay. And then in the novice men's physique, Sly Gora was first place.
Great physique. He looked like a men's physique competitor. He's got the GQ look. He looked really good. Great personality on stage. Great presentation and flow. Conditioning looked good. Not much more you can say. He deserved that, and he looked really good.
Okay. And then going into the men's physique open, Sly also won the short class there.
Yes. He seemed to be one of the fan favorites. He did a really good job on stage. Personally, I thought Sly was a little big around the waist, but his balance was really pretty good, though. His conditioning was right on, good muscularity. He was well.
Okay. And then in the tall class, a guy we were talking about before we started the broadcast, his name is Michael Taylor, and he took first place. And I believe
a good show on tall winner. Yeah.
Yeah. How did Michael look? How did Michael Taylor look?
Mike Taylor, as soon as he walked on stage, he's one of those guys. As soon as you see him, you go,
yeah, he's
the winner. You know, he just had that presentation, that look about him, that confidence. His physique did all the talking he needed. He reminded me of Haas, who won his pro card last year. From Port Orange here in the Daytona Beach area. Yeah. They look very similar, man. I tell you, it's like almost like a little miniature version of him. And when I say miniature, I mean maybe like 5 pounds small.
Right. Wow.
He looked really good. Great guy. We have an interview with him backstage as well. He's planning on going to the Junior USA's, I believe. He won the overall, I think, a couple weeks ago at the Renegade up in the handle. And he's improved since then, getting even tighter. So he's going to take about a week off to give himself a little balance, and he's going to get right back in it again and give it to the Junior USA, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, we did an interview with Dan Esslinger after the Renegade Classic, and he was also raving about Michael Taylor's physique. He said this kid's really going to go far. He's got really great potential, and it looks like he's going to go get his pro card this year from the way he looked.
Most definitely. He's got a great positive attitude, man. He was infectious backstage, you know?
Really?
It's really great to see.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now we go into the bikini division. They had a Masters bikini. And the winner,
the bikini girl, Indianette.
Yeah.
Is how you pronounce it?
Indianette Ortiz, yeah.
Yeah, Indianette Ortiz. Indianette Ortiz.
Right.
I believe she's from Brazil or somewhere. We had a translator backstage when we interviewed her. But let me tell you, this girl's physique was, just a showstopper.
Really?
And a presentation, everything. Her speech was great. You know, her hair was great. You saw the pictures. The girl was balanced. You know, she came in condition. If she was a little bit harder, she probably could have given the figure girl a run for her money. She was just spot on. She looked really good.
Wow, that's great. Okay. Then we go into the bikini novice. overall winner again was Indianette Ortiz, right?
She won that one too. I mean, it was the poor girls had to keep going up against this girl. I think they were kind of getting frustrated. But, you know, when you're that much better than everyone else, that's what happens. You know, people do their homework and they dot their I's and cross the T's and they're ready to show up. Right. You got to be ready any week. Somebody like this can show up in the state of Florida. That's what we're known for. Right. We have top competitors. This girl is one of them. Right.
Now, did she ever compete before, Mike, when you did the interview with her?
You know, we didn't get that far because of the transportation in the lane area. But obviously, I think she has done a couple of shows before, but not this type of success. And being from Brazil, I'm not sure what her citizenship is, so I don't know what she's going to do. Maybe there's like an Arnold Brazil, I think, coming up, right? Maybe she'll do that amateur, maybe get a pro status out of that. So I don't know if she can. Far I know, she's not a citizen, so she can't do one round qualifiers. I mean, pro qualifiers. Yeah. But she's well deserved. She'd do some damage on, especially the masters classes. Yeah. At Pittsburgh, she would bring home a card, definitely.
No kidding. So then in the Bikini Open again, Indianette won first place again. Was it close with her and anyone else, Mike? Or did she just pretty much dominate?
She dominated. Lauren Tamani, she looked pretty good. I've seen Lauren look a little better, but Lauren always comes to play, and she represented herself well in the short class. And her stage presentation was good. So there was, for the overall, there was a little competition, but this girl, I mean, she just had all the everything rocking that night. Everything looked really good.
Okay. All right, great. So we had some good competition and some good winners, especially it looks like, from what you said, the bikini winner, the men's physique overall winner, and the bodybuilding winner all look like these people got some really good potential for the national level, huh?
Figure girl, the masters figure girl, the Kelly winning the physique, and the girl winning the open figure. Yeah. I think all your overall winners have can do some damage on the national level. They really can. So I say, Shannon and Jen did a great job. It was a great show. Small, but it was really good quality up there. Yeah.
Well, with the contest season just starting, we're in our first month of competition for the 2015 season. It seems like we already got some really good quality physiques coming out of the woodwork in the Florida area. The Jacksonville physique, right?
Yeah, the Jack physique, Okay. Yeah, so we'll be covering that for you next week, and we'll talk about that one.
All right, great. Well, we look forward to talking to you and again next week, Mike, and thanks for your excellent coverage. Thank you for contributing your pictures to the FloridaPhysique.com. We really appreciate it. And we'll be talking to you again a lot this year, so we really appreciate your help, Mike.
Oh, you know, I love the sport, and whatever I can do to give back, man, I love doing it. So it's always my pleasure to be involved in it some way. You know, since I'm not stepping on stage anytime soon, this is good for me. It's good for me.
Right. Yeah, we almost get as much out of watching the shows as we do competing in right now, huh?
I'm sitting there and I'm flexing my lats, I'm posing, I'm hitting a hamstring and squeezing a calf. That was cramp what I'm doing, sitting there watching. You know?
Right. All right, Big Mike. Well, thank you again for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week when you cover the Jack's Physique for us out in Jacksonville.
Awesome, definitely. I'll be glad to do so. We'll talk to you then.
All right, Mike. Thank you again for joining us on FloridaPhysique.com.
Once again, my pleasure.